Hey guys, I've got a message. I've been putting a couple things together lately, and um, there's a lot of stuff going on with the Fed right now between the amount of money that they're putting towards the repo market is unheard of, and that should be a trigger if the stock market isn't enough of an eye opener as to what's going on. But then they just released a new thing on Market Watch, which you have to. I don't endorse Market Watch. It's information at this point. You have to take it as you will. I don't base them as truth or anything, but you read it, and then you read the Fed policy, and then it kind of one leads to the next. They have a commercial paper funding facility that was just created. And basically, what it is, look it up. Don't use Google, please. Use DuckDuckGo. Please don't feed Google any more information. They're horrible. So look up the new Fed program. And a 10,000 foot view of this Fed program is going to tell you that they know that people are going to be defaulting on things. People aren't going to be able to pay their mortgages. They're not going to be able to feed themselves. People haven't saved money. People are so far in debt that those bill collectors are still going to have to be paid, and you're still going to need money, if you want to call it money, to buy groceries and stuff like that. This new Fed policy has basically made it to where banks now are going to lend money unsecured with no assets tied to it. You can go to the bank and you will be able to get loans through this new program to provide for yourself. If this doesn't spell disaster, I don't know what does. Like, the whole point of loans typically is you have a down payment, you have collateral, you have some sort of asset that they can come back and take or use if you default on it. We're in a world now that the Fed has created this program of unsecured loans. This is an absolute disaster. You're going to get all these people that can't pay their bills going to these banks, getting into this system that is going to basically make people farther in debt. So read up on that if you can. This is a very, very interesting time. So I hope you guys have gotten prepared. Don't hoard. I mean, that's ridiculous. But man, if you're in a lot of debt, I would highly, highly recommend before the storm, get rid of some of that debt if you can. This is not a system that you want to be a part of. Free money, there's no such thing. You will have to pay this back. You will be in a system that, if it does reset, they're going to know that you took this debt, and you will be expected to pay it back somehow. Not to fearmonger you, China already uses a social crediting system. If this is the world we get into, is a social crediting system and a one world currency, because this system collapses because of unsecured loans, and they use that against us as, hey, you guys ran to the banks, got all these unsecured loans and didn't pay them back, so this old system doesn't work, and now we have this new fantastic digital social crediting system that, it's not based on gold, it's not based on fiat money. This is now based on your good deeds and who you are as a human. This is a whole different world that we're going to be living in. This is the next step. The Fed has set this up to fail. This program will not succeed. It will end in a huge, massive debt that we cannot repay. And the only way out is a new system that they're engineering right now with 5G, AI, Internet of Things, that is going to push us into this new digital age. You've been warned. This is happening. You can see that we are not going back to the days of the horse and buggy. Everybody wants to say, oh, I want to have a garden, I want to have chickens, I want to do things the old way. This new system has 24,000 low Earth orbit satellites being launched. Look it up. SpaceX is doing it right now. Elon Musk is launching today, Wednesday or Tuesday. I think it's about March. I don't know, 17th, 2020, 60 satellites are going up today. It's going to encompass the whole Earth. Low Earth orbit, 360 feet above us, will be 24,000 satellites communicating instantaneously with no delay. There is no dark spots. There are no places where you will not be able to connect. Like, this is going to be a fully locked down digital world. This step by the Fed is a manufactured piece of this collapse. You have to put these pieces together and realize that as much as we like the old system and we drive our old cars because it makes us comfortable about the way that it used to be, this is not the new world that we're going to. They will not let us drive our 57 Chevys running on this dino gas that they've sold us, as a what are they? Not resource, but they've made it to where it seems like it's a hard resource to get. So it's wake up to this new world. Like, we are forcing this to happen. Us being in debt, us not paying our bills, us taking things without paying for them and not being able to pay them back and not being prepared with food and supplies. We're seeing that right now. We're seeing people that are overextending themselves on credit cards to go buy food that they wouldn't have eaten anyways. Like, we are total pigs and we're being greedy, and people are hoarding things that they shouldn't, which is creating supply issues. This virus was put in place to create a collapse that will usher in this new system. Put the pieces together. Leave me messages down in my messages. I know not many people are going to see this because I don't have a YouTube page. I just want to document it. If you have questions, I've got resources that I can send. I'll post links if you want them about this new Fed policy, about resources that have gotten me to this point. I've been prepared for about 10 years now. I've been out of the system for many years. I'm looking from the outside. I have nothing to lose or gain in this. I'm closer to where I need to be than many people. I'm telling this to the people that didn't listen to me, that called me crazy, that didn't want to hear any of this. Now is your time. I don't care what you've called me. I don't want to see you guys lose everything. I don't want to see you guys be in pain and suffer and not recognize the world that we're going into. Get out of debt. I'm telling you, debt is not good right now. Like, they will hold it against you and you will have to pay it back. There is no two ways about it. Nothing is free. So do the right thing. Start selling stuff. Get prepared. Worst case scenario, you're ahead of a lot of people when it does collapse, because it's not coming back. And if it does, it's not going to be a system that you recognize or even want to be a part of. And get right with the man. We all have a creator. I know you guys don't like to hear that, some of you. Get right with the man. It's all written. Everybody sends me these messages. Hey, they predicted this in this book from 1981. This guy said there's going to be this pandemic that sweeps across the earth. They predicted it a couple thousand years ago when that book was written, called the Bible. So maybe open the Bible, maybe brush it off, maybe read Revelations. I mean, I watched it on YouTube many times. If that's how you do it, do it. Make the effort to figure this out. We're put here for a reason. And it's not to ride our side-by-sides and go to work all day and stuff like that. There's a bigger meaning to this world. We've just been distracted by all the bright, shiny things. So hopefully this helps. Good luck out there. Stay safe.